Welcome back. You might notice that I got rid of these error icons that were out here on every single line, and you can too. Just follow the video avoiding error icons in brackets. It's not strictly necessary, but it might be nice to get rid of this distraction. So far we've learned that we can select elements with document query selector, and we can add classes with class list add, and also remove them again with class list remove. But the problem is that all the code we write in our JavaScript, all of it is executed at once. And we would like our ball to actually fall. If I just remove the class here, I can't actually see it. Here, if I just remove the disappear and I remove the pause. So we would like our ball to be falling and then at some point pause. And then the sprite should disappear. So we don't want to run everything at once. We want to put it into chunks or into blocks that we can run whenever we feel like it. And what we use for that is functions. So I'll just leave the code as it is for now, and then I'll create a function to show you how we do that. You simply write function. This now creates or declares a function. And a function must have a name, and the name is something you decide, just like a class name, but there are some rules just like with a class name. One of the rules is you must start with a lowercase letter, and there must be no spaces in the function name. And while JavaScript doesn't really care about the function name, it's always good practice to make it show or tell other programmers, other readers of your code, also yourself in a month's time, what the function actually does. So this function, I want that to stop the ball from falling and make it disappear. So maybe we just call it stop ball falling. And as you see, no spaces, but I start with an uppercase letter where there would have been a space. Just like here, we have query selector and we have class list. Wherever there would be a space, we just start the next thing with an uppercase letter. And then, since it's a function must have parentheses. So we set a set of parentheses, but we don't give an argument to this function when we create it, so they're just empty. And now the function must contain something, so we put that in a set of curly brackets like this, and everything that's between the start curly bracket and the end curly bracket, that is the code that this function will perform. So if I take this, pause and disappear, those two lines, I cut them and I paste them into the function, and we'll have some weird line breaks here, but that should be okay. If I save it now, we should see a bit of a difference, because now the ball keeps falling, and if we look at the sprite, it does not have the disappear, and this does not have the paused. So it appears that the code inside the function doesn't even run. And a good way of checking that is always to add a console log line in your function. It just says the function name, and that would console log the function name to the console here. But does it? Try it out yourself. Welcome back. I hope you're not too disappointed, because it doesn't. The stop ball falling function is declared. We have created the function, but it never runs. We need to call a function for it to run. And we can do that by just writing the name followed by a set of parentheses. Let's do it in the console and say we write stop ball falling, and if I just write the name like this and then press enter, then I just get told what the function is. Yeah, this is the code for the function, and thank you very much, but I actually wanted to run it, stop ball falling, instead of parentheses, and this will call the function, or say call the function. We say we call a function because we ask the function, please run. And if I do that now, then you see the ball stopped and it disappeared. This is exactly what we want to happen when we click it. But if we just add it here, stop ball falling. Like this, we can call the function and it's just called. If we do it here, let me see. Oh, it did output to the console the name, but it did it immediately because every bit of code here is performed immediately. Because even though code inside a function is not performed until that function is called, then the function is called immediately, just like everything else, so it kind of looks like it is. So for now, we have to call functions in the console, and I'll just comment out here so it doesn't run. And then I can say I pretend stop ball falling, and it stops. It's not ideal, but at least we now know how to make functions, so let's go and make some more.